Welcome back to Chapter 8, where we're finishing off this PhoneBook 8.5 list. And again, just kind of encapsulate what we've done in this program is that we've added this capacity to create a structure of a new data type here that we're going to call the PhoneBook entry. And we went through, we created that structure so that we could utilize that. And then the next thing we talked about here was when we loaded the form, we wanted to read in that text file, tokenize it, and then we wanted to take that and display the information here in the list box right here. And we did that also by creating a instance of a list right here, and there's our two modularized methods here called read and display. And then finally, the last one that we have to complete yet is the final portion, which is our output, really. And what happens when we run our program is the output is based on the user's input, of course. So what I'm doing here is I have to select one of these. Let's say I click on Alan Katie right here. And as soon as I click on that, that's an input into a list box. That means that I've clicked on the index 0 or the item I could also use, but the index is much more useful in this case. So I click on that. And as soon as I click on it, you'll notice down here that the output is generated by whatever I select here. So that's index 2. It would display the appropriate phone number for that particular person. All right, now how that happens is that when I select in the list box and I select one of the names in here, that index changes from a -1 to some number. So whether that's the first person, that would be index 0, for example. And in that case, if it was 0, I'm going to basically capture which one the user selected. So whatever selected index they're going to click on, that becomes, the number 0 or 1 or whatever it happens to be. Now I can use that number to access all of the phone in the phone list by using the same index. So if I selected the first one, which is 0, that would take the first one in the list, which is 0, which is the same one, and it would take just the first 3 digits, concatenate it with a hyphen, and take the next 4 digits of the same object, and put that into the label control that's right here. And that's what happens when I select from the list box here. It takes the index, it uses that index to locate within the list and pull out those little pieces that we tokenized earlier. And I can have complete data manipulation now over any kind of information that we tokenized in there now. I could put these in reverse order, I could concatenate the name to the end, or whatever I wanted to do. It would allow me to do that. All right, so that's pretty much the end of that particular program. So again, I would highly encourage you to put the information into your form and do a debug on this and walk through the steps step by step and review this a few times on how to create a structure